So friends, this series is specially made for the bank exam aspirants, those who are going for the mains exam like SBI PO mains, IBBS mains, RBI mains. So for those students as well as for students those who are preparing for the CAT exams, so this series is specially made for you. And second, importantly, after watching this video, do not forget to take the test. So test is more and more important. So on the website or else on the mobile application, you can able to see inside quantitative aptitude. So below the data interpretation mains level, so now you can able to see quantitative aptitude mains. So there inside it, after posting every topic, we will give you a test. At the end of the video, every video, I will be telling you how the test works and how many questions I have given the test. So based upon that, the test will be added on the package. So do not forget to write the test after watching the video. So now let me move on to the mains level series on quantitative aptitude. So friends, now let me move on to the 8th video on aptitude mains level series, that is on the topic simple interest and compound interest. And this will be the last video on the topic simple interest and compound interest. So every topic I am just covering 4 videos and 4 video with homework as well as test, right? Don't forget to write the test as I have told in the front of this video, right? I've told you where the test is and how to write the test. So always after watching the video, don't forget to write the test. That is most important here. So now getting into this simple interest and compound interest. So I have solved all the different kind of question that was asked in the various competitive exam, that is on the mains exam. So here also I will be solving some of the questions for the mains level. And remember one thing, there are 2 important formula which you can able to see on most of the mains competitive exam papers, that is simple interest difference, simple interest compound interest difference for 2 years, simple interest compound interest difference for 3 years. That formula PR square by 100 square. So learn that formula, and then we have two formulas on simple interest as well as in compound interest, right? So now let me move on to questions here on the topic simple and compound interest. So here is the first question. So the ratio of difference between simple and compound interest for 2 years and same for the 3 years at R percentage per annum is 4:13. If after 2 years, the interest received from the certain sum was R minus 5%, that is a rate of interest per annum, compound interest for 2 years is 3,740. Then find the sum. So friends, listen carefully. If you can't able to understand the question here, read the question again. First try to understand the concept. Our target is to find the sum. That means sum means principal. Our target is to find the principal. And they have given one value, that is 3,740 is the compound interest which was calculated annually in the rate of interest, that is R minus 5%. So by using rate of interest R minus 5% and the years is also given 2 years and the compound interest is also given, by using all the value, our target is to find the principal. But without knowing the rate of interest, you can't able to find the principal here directly. So first what we need to do is we need to find the rate of interest first, and then after finding the rate of interest, we have to substitute in the compound interest formula in order to get the principal. So always remember that in the question, if they have given the difference value, I think previous video it's also we have solved one question that is based on 2-year difference, 3-year difference. So if the question is based on 2-year difference and 3-year difference, most probably you can by just applying both the formulas, you can able to find the rate of interest, because you can't able to find the principal. At both the cases, we are going to cancel the principal, but at both the cases, even if it is 2 years or 3 years difference, you can able to find the rate of interest easily. So here you can able to see initially they have given the ratio, that is 4:13. So ratio has been given, that is 4:13 for 2 years, and the difference is for 2 years as well as for 3 years is 4:13. That means we can write this as, so 2-year difference divided by 3-year difference is equals to 4:13. That can be written as 4 divided by 13. So now we know the formula for 2 year, that is PR square divided by 100 square. So difference between simple and compound interest for 2 years. So divided by difference between simple and compound interest for 3 years. So PR square into 300 plus R divided by 100 cube. So here we have 100 square, here it is 100 cube, PR square is common, but here we have additionally 300 plus R. So which is equals to 4 by 13. So mostly, right, if the difference has been given in terms of a ratio, we can able to find the rate of interest. Why? Because in both the cases you can able to see the principal will be cancelled. We can cancel the principal easily, right? So only letter that is remaining is R, which means the rate of interest. So now we can also cancel this, right? We have 1 by 100 square remaining. So once it goes to the numerator, which is 100 cube divided by 300 plus R. So which is equals to 4 divided by 13. So now we can cancel this also. So which will be only 100. So 1300 is equals to, so 4 into 300 will be 1200 plus 4R. So 1300, 1200, resultant will be 100 is equals to 4R. So R is equals to 25, which means the rate of interest is 25%. So now we know the rate of interest by using the first data what they have given in the question. We found the rate of interest. So once the rate of interest, after finding rate of interest, finding all the remaining value in the question is easy. Why? Because they have told that the rate of interest will be R minus 5%. So we already got R is equals to 25. So now R minus 5%, that means is equals to 20%. So now we got the rate of interest as 20%. So rate of interest is 20%. In the question, they have given the compound interest which I have calculated annually, which is 3,740. So they have given the compound interest 3,740 and they have given the rate of interest, and for how many years? If after 2 years. So this amount in the compound interest they have received after 2 years. So time duration is also given 2 years. So now the only thing is our target is to find what is the sum. That means our target is to find the principal. So we know the compound interest formula, P into 1 plus R by 100 power n minus of 1. Every time don't write this, right? So you have to directly apply all these in the formula. Just to understand, I am writing it. So this should be written as 3740 is equals to principal. What we need to find, 1 plus R by 100. So 1 plus 20 by 100. So which means 20 by 100, we can cancel it 5. So 5 into 1 will be 5, 5 plus 1 will be 6. So this can be written as 6 by 5 the whole square minus of 1. So 3740 is equals to principal, and this will be 36, this will be 25, right? So 36 by 25 minus of 1, right? So principal, so 3740 is equals to principal. So 36 minus 25 will be 11. So by 25. So principal is equals to 3740 into 25 divided by 11. So is equals to, I think we can multiply this directly 3 times, which is 33. So remaining will be 444, 4 times 340. So 340 into 25. I think 08500. Right? So answer for this question is 85000, right? Which is that we need to find the principal here, right? Just a minute, find the sum. Yes, find the sum, that means the principal. Our target is to find the principal. So answer for this question is 8500. So friends, understood or not, right? So the important part here, sorry friends, the important part here in this question is the difference formula, right? We have solved many questions that is based on in the previous video. I hope you watched the previous video. So previous video also is based on a difference between 2 years versus 3 years. So here also they have given the difference, but they have given the value in terms of ratio. So we apply the ratio, A is to B will be A by B. So I have applied it and we found the rate of interest. So always remember that point. When you divide the difference formula of 2 years and 3 years, you will not get the principal. You will always get the rate of interest, right? So after finding the rate of interest, we applied in the value what they have given in order to find the principal. So this will be the answer for this question. Second question. So A decided to invest an amount of 28,000 in 2 different schemes. So scheme A and scheme B partially. So scheme A gives 24% rate of interest per annum for 3 years, and scheme B is 20% rate of interest which is compounded annually for 2 years. If the total interest received was 15,960, find the amount that was invested in scheme B. So we have solved many different questions like this even in the compound interest mains level series. So one amount total will be given. That amount will be splitted into two different schemes. And the amount what they have invested in scheme A and scheme B will not be mentioned in the question. So we have to assume some amount that was invested in A and some remaining amount will be invested in B, and we apply the formula in order to find the principal. So similarly here also we are going to do the same, but one important thing in this question, be careful on the calculation part. Why? Because the question solving method, everything will be easy here because most of the values are directly given. But the only problem here is in the question is the calculation part, because you have to frame an equation and then we have to add simple interest for 3 years and compound interest for 2 years in order to find the principal. That part alone is most important because I have seen many students making a mistake only on that region, right? So now according to the question, they have given the amount which is 28,000 that was invested on two different schemes, that is on scheme A and scheme B. And scheme A is the simple interest and scheme B is the compound interest. And the scheme A they have invested for 3 years and the compound interest they have invested for 2 years. And now the value what they have given here is 28,000 is the total amount that was invested on scheme A and scheme B. So some amount let's assume that X is the amount that was invested on scheme A. So remaining amount will be X, that is 28,000 minus of X will be the remaining amount which will be invested on scheme B. Some students will take X here and 28 minus X here for the easy calculation. That is completely upon your wish. You can take either way, but the final answer should be correct. That is the important part here. So now let's find what is the simple interest for 3 years. We know the formula. Simple interest is equals to PNR by 100. So now the principal, we don't know the principal, but we have assumed it as X. So invested amount as X. Number of years is 3. Rate of interest, what they have directly given in the question, which is 24% by 100. So I think we can cancel this on 12, 2 table, which is 50. So further, yes, if we can further cancel it. So if I cancel it, this will be 25. If I cancel this will be 6. So now I think, so 6 into 3 will be 24. 18, 6 4s are 24. I think further we can't able to cancel any number here, right? Okay, so let's keep the value as it is, which means 18x by 25. So now this will be the simple interest for 3 years. So similarly, we can apply the compound interest value. So P into 1 plus R by 100 power n minus of 1, right? So principal, which is 28,000 minus of X, and then 1 plus R by 100, which is 20 by 100. And the compound interest they have taken for 2 years. So 2 minus 1. So friends, remember one thing, right? If you are like practicing more number of questions, right? I hope you do it. So when you practice more number of questions on the compound interest, you don't want to write this step again and again every time. Why? Because if you know that the rate of interest is 20, directly write 11 by 25, because we write 20 by 100 and then we cancel it, which is 1 by 5. So 5 into 1 will be 5, 5 plus 1 will be 6. 6 by 5 the whole square. 6 square will be 36, 5 square will be 25. So 36 by 25 minus of 1, which will be 11 by 25. We are going to get the same value in all the question if the rate of interest is 20. So don't waste your time in the exams. If you find the rate of interest as 20, write the principal, which is 28,000 minus of X into 11 by 25. So friends, understood or not? Where you can save more time on the exam. Instead of writing again and again every step, if it is 20, write 11 by 25. Similarly, if it is 25, 1 by 4, which is 5 by 4, 25 by 16. If you practice more number of questions, you will get that. Right? Just by heart only few numbers, don't by heart for every number, just for few numbers, because 20, 25 and then 10. So these are the numbers will be repeatedly asked in your competitive exams. So try to by heart for some of the important numbers alone. So now let's cancel it. So or else let's take this as the compound interest for 2 years. We can we can stop here itself. Why? Because I got the base number 25. Here also the base number 25. I think taking an LCM will be easy. Right? So now, according to the question, the simple interest for 3 and the compound interest for 2, which is 15,900. Yes? 960, sorry, 960. So which will be the value. So now we know the simple interest, which is 18x divided by 25, and then the compound interest value 28,000 minus of x into 11 by 25 is equals to 15,960. So now we got the base value LCM 25. So the remaining value will be, so 18x, so plus 28,000 into 11, yes, minus of 11x is equals to 15,960 into 25. So now 18x, 11x. So 18x, 11x will be 7x. So 7x is equals to 15,960 into 25. So minus of 28,000 into 11. No other way. I think we have to multiply it, or else we can take 1 0 outside, or else we can take 28 outside, 25 outside. Because once you take 25 outside, we can write this as, no, that also seemed to be lengthy way. Okay, no other way, we can go with the multiplication, right? So we have 0, 0, 0 here, 28 into 11. So which will be 308, 308, right? Okay, so now going with this number 0, so 25, 1596. So 1596 into 2 plus 5. Okay, so 1596 into 2. So we got 25 again, 399. Yes, we are getting everything as 0 here. 159, 300. Yes, we are getting 20. So which is 399,000 minus 308,000. So once you subtract, and we have to divide it by 7. So once you subtract it, which will be 91,000. Yes, yes, 91,000. So 91,000 divided by 7. 1 times 7, remaining will be 2, 13 times. So answer will be x is equals to 13,000. So friends, finally we got the value of x, which is 13,000. So now according to the question, our target is to find what is the amount which was invested on scheme B. So we already know that x is 13,000, scheme A, the person what they have invested is 13. So we know the total amount is 28, so remaining will be 15,000. So 13,000 is the amount invested on scheme A. So remaining is the 15,000, that is the amount which was invested on scheme B. It's like very easy. So these are the things that we need to be very careful on this question, this part, calculation part, and then this calculation part, and then final calculation part, right? So always remember that to make the base number same, because if the base number is different, for example, is this 25, and if it is, example I am saying, if it is 12, so at this case you will feel difficult to solve this question. Why? Because you can't able to directly take LCM here. Here it is 12, here it is 25. So because of a same number, this question is easy. If the numbers are different, taking an LCM will be difficult. So at this scenario, what I suggest here is to multiply this value. Instead of writing this, we can directly write this as 72x. Yes, so friends, understood or not? 24 into 3. 24 into 3 will be 72. 72 by 100 will be 0.72x. So we, instead of writing this, you can write this as 0.72x. Because we will not get LCM here. We will get direct integer number. So we can substitute here instead of this value 0.72. So similarly, instead of writing this 11 by 12, you can divide and find the answer and write something like 0.1 or 9 something. And then you will get the answer easily. Instead of taking LCM, converting into a bigger number, you can divide here to get one or two digit, and then you can subtract it easily. So that's the way we have to solve the question. So try to solve many questions that is based on 2 years, 3 years difference based formula, and then question that is based on there will be some amount will be invested on 2 different schemes, or else some amount will be different on 3 different schemes. So practice like that, practice more number of questions so that the calculation part seems to be easy. So friends, answer for this question is 15,000. Third question. So A borrows an amount of rupees 40,000 from a company at 20% rate of interest per annum compound interest, which has been compounded annually. So at the end of the year, that is first year, a person borrowed rupees 5,000. At the end of the second year, again he borrowed 1250. At the end of the third year, he paid rupees 2,500. Interesting question. Just see, he have taken initially some amount. After first year, he is not paying the loan amount. What he is doing is he is again borrowing some amount from the company. And in the second year also, again he is borrowing some amount to the company. But in the third year, he paid some amount to the company, right? And in the fourth year, yes, in the fourth year, he paid all the loan, right? And then our target is to find the amount paid by at the end of the fourth year. So we need to find what is the total amount the person has paid at the end of the fourth year. I think we can go with the traditional method itself, step by step itself, because all the value has been directly given in the question. So now what we can do here is, according to the question, they have given the principal. Principal is how much? 40,000. So principal value they have directly given in the question. Rate of interest is also given, which is 25%. Both the values are directly given here. Even they have given the number of years also, first year, second year, third year, fourth year. So we can go with the step-by-step process. So now according to the question, we know the overall amount will be P into 1 plus R by 100 power n. So which will be the compound interest. Now, according to the question, what they are saying is, at the end of the first year, the total amount, let's take first year, the person has borrowed 40,000. And what is the rate of interest, which is 25%. Let's see first year, what is the total amount the person has. So we can say the principal will be 40,000. Right? So into, so just now I have told you, right, in the previous question, if you substitute R equal to 25, resultant will be 1 by 4, right? So 1 by 4 into 1, that means 5. 4 into 1 will be 1. 5 divided by 4 power n. So 5 by 4, so which is 25. 5, which is like 125 by 100, right? 125 by 100 will be 5 by 4. So this can be written as 5 by 4. So friends, understood or not? Every time don't write like that. Try to by out some of the expressions, which will be easy. So this will be 5 by 4. So again, we can cancel it. Resultant will be 50,000. So 50,000 is what actually? 50,000 is the total amount that was received to the person. The loan, what they have taken is 40,000, and the interest, which is like 10,000 extra. So that first year, the person has to pay 50,000. But now, what the person is doing here, according to the question, on the second year, the person is borrowing some amount again from the company. So what is the amount that the person has been borrowed here? You can able to see 5,000. At the end of the first year, he again borrowed 5,000. That means from 50,000, what the loan has to be paid. So now the person is again taking 5,000 borrowing, that means again taking loan from the bank, which is 5,000 again, which will be 55,000. So now for this 55,000, let's calculate on the second year, what should be the total amount the person has to pay in order to fulfill the loan, right? So now 5 by 4, again 5 by 4 is, this value will not going to change. Why? Because this value will be common. The rate of interest for every year has been not given. They have given the common rate of interest, which is 25% for every year. So that won't change. So now we have to cancel it and we need to find the value. Yes, we can. So I think we can cancel it. 1 4s are 4. So remaining will be 1, that is 15. 4 3s are 12. So remaining will be 3, that is 30. So 6 8 3s are, okay, we can go with 7 4s are 28. Again, remaining will be 220. 5 4s are 20. 0. So now 0, 5 5s are 25, remaining will be 2, 35, 35 plus 2 will be 37, so remaining will be 3, 15, 18, 1, 68750. So 68750 is what? This has to be paid to the bank, the total amount of what the person borrowed. Now on the second year, in order he has to pay this much of amount to fulfill the loan, to complete the loan, which is 68,750. So now on the second time, right? So this will be the first year and this will be the because initial year, right? And this first year he is borrowing 5,000. And on the second year from 68,750, again the person what he is doing is he is borrowing some amount which is 1250. Yes, he is borrowing on second year 1250. That means additional amount he is adding to the loan, which is called as a borrowing from the bank, right? So now we can say that if we get 1520 addition, which will be 70,000. Yes. So now on the second year, which is total will be 70,000. So now for the 17,000 we have to calculate the interest, so which will be 5 by 4. So we can calculate it. So this will be 1 4s are 4, remaining will be 3, that is 30. 7 4s are 28, remaining will be 2. Again 5 4s are 20, 0 0. So we can multiply it 0 0, 5 5s are 25, remaining will be 2. 35, 37, remaining will be 3, which is 87,500. So finally, again on the second year, the total load that the person has to pay is 87,500. Now coming to the third year, which is most important part in the question. So in this 87,500, on the third year, what the person has been doing here is, he is paying 2,500 rupees. What does it means? In both the cases, we have added. Why? Because in both the cases, the person has borrowed some money from the company again and again every year. But when it comes to the third year, the person is not borrowing any money from the company, but what he is doing is he is paying some amount to the bank. That means you have to subtract 2500 here, resultant will be 85,000. So friends, understood or not? So this will be the most important part in the question. Do not add 2,500 to this number. Why? Because on the third year, in this 2 year, the person borrows some money again from the bank. But on the third year, he is paying some amount to the bank. That means you have to subtract from here, which is 85,000. So 85,000, again, the rate of interest won't change, which will be 5 by 4. So now, once you calculate this, this will be the final amount what the person has to pay to the bank on the final year, because our target in the question is to check what is the amount that paid by end of the fourth year. So fourth year, what is the amount the person has paid? So now let's calculate it. So I think this will be 1 4s are 4, 2 4s are 8. So again 1 4s are 4, remaining will be 1, 4 2s are 8, so remaining will be 2, 5 4s are 20. So 0 here, so this will be 0, 5 5s are 25, remaining will be 2, 10 and 12, remaining will be 1, 5 1 will be 6, 5 2s are 10. So 10,600, sorry, 1,06,250. 1,06,250. So this will be the amount on the third year, because in the third year we know that the total amount that was received and this money has to be paid on the fourth year. So friends, this will be the answer for this question. So be very careful to solve this question and be very careful. Go with the normal traditional method. Do not go with the formula method here. Formula means writing in a single step. That might get a chance of making a mistakes more. So try to understand it. First year, what the person is doing, right? This is not actually the first year. This is the amount and this will be the second and this will be the third and this will be the final. So friends, understood or not? And then after 1 year, right? And then after 1 year, he is adding. That means he is borrowing some amount. So this act as the first year and this act as the second year and this act as the third year. Third year, after third year, he is paying some amount. On the fourth year, what will be the final thing? So be careful, right? And borrow, pay. Right? If it is borrow, add the value to the loan what he already got. If he pays something from the loan amount, he is paying something to the bank. That means you have to subtract the amount. That resultant amount you have to calculate it for the next year. Right? So this will be the answer for this question, friends. So finally, I will be giving you some question as a test Do not forget to take the test again and again. I'm saying test is most important. In the test itself, I will give you the solution also, so that you can practice after practicing you can see the solution clearly. So practice more, right? Only if you practice more number of questions for mains, you can able to crack the exam, or else it is not at all possible. So friends, thank you so much. So next topic on quantitative aptitude we can see from the tomorrow, right? Every topic I will be posting four videos. So thank you so much for watching it, and if you really like it, share the video to your friends, those are preparing for the competitive exams. So thank you so much. Bye.